Hey, we could see the big 80 today. Yeah, it could be a high of 80. We do have some rain called for later, but it'll be off and on. We'll see what happens. Welcome to your Tuesday. I want to know if this has ever happened to you guys before. Had a situation this morning.
Okay.
I pull in the parking lot, I get to work, and I'm getting ready to grab my things to get out of the car, and I had to sneeze. And I'm by myself. So when you're by yourself, I don't necessarily cover everything up, sneezing in my elbow or anything. You're by yourself, whatever.
You let it fly.
Yeah, so I went, sneezed. And then in typical fashion, I always sneeze twice, or at least twice, and so I went, but on the second one, I felt something in the throat, mouth area. Like something, I felt something leave.
Projectile.
There was something there, I know it. And so then I look at my hands, and I look at the ceiling of the car, even though I never tilted my head up. I look at the steering wheel. I'm like, oh, that thing is somewhere. I know it is. And so I grab my stuff. I put it in our little locker. And as I go to turn, I would pick something up off the table. And as I look down, there it was right on my leg. And I was like, well, at least I found it. I was able to get rid of it. But yeah, that was a good one.
Well, who hasn't had that happen?
Yeah. It was a good one.
Never happened to you, Kelly?
It's not something I would discuss in front of, people.
It happens. It's a human body. It's a wonderful thing.
Okay, a lot of things happen with the human body. I don't need to hear about it all.
I'm just happy I found it before I walked in the studio.
I am too.
Because
then it's like, do we say something like what's on your jeans, or do we just let it go?
Why do you have an oyster on your pants?
Yeah, what's that hanging off your shoulder?
How are you, Kelly?
I was great. I was great.
Was?
Yeah.
Okay. Ready for a great Tuesday?
Ready for a great Tuesday.
Okay.
It can only go up from here, so.
How are you, Thick?
I am great.
All right.
I am. Yesterday was awesome.
Saw that picture, a 4-pounder?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
First, second, and third bass of the year.
Where'd you fish?
At the pond.
Nice.
Yeah, caught a 4-pound toad, had a giant gut on him. Oh, God, it was a beautiful fish.
Very nice.
Did someone stuff it with weights? Is that why it had a giant gut?
No.
Did you get any ticks? There are lots of ticks out there right now.
Are there really?
That I noticed.
I've pulled, so I see a few. I've seen a few crawling around on my dog after he gets into a ditch or something. But we have to constantly check him before we bring him inside.
All right.
Lots of ticks.
Now I'm going to have to do a check. All right, great.
On me?
Tick check.
No, not on you.
Oh, okay.
But if you want to lift your sack, sure, I got you.
Everyone's responsible for their own ticks.
I got you, man. We've got a busy Tuesday ahead. We've got tickets for Weezer coming up. We'll give those away coming up right after 8 o'clock. I've got a normal or nope question I have to get to for all the parents out there.
Oh.
Because I'm sure I can't be the only parent that does this. Nora and I can't be the only parents that have done this before. So let's get going with Blitz Morning Trivia. Thick, what you got?
All right. Well, Alan Ritchson has been in the news recently. Of course, he played Reacher and, pounded away at his neighbor, Karen, who tried to stop him from driving his motorcycle down the road. Well, now there's another video that is resurfacing from 2004. A very young Alan Ritchson auditioning on a reality show. What show did Alan Ritchson audition for in 2004? Be the first one to text that reality show into 800-821-9970, and you will win $25 to go spend at waterbeds and stuff.
All right, let's get that answer for Blitz Morning Trivia, Thick.
All right, the question was Alan Ritchson, star of the TV show Reacher, star of the beatdown of his neighbor video as well. A new video has resurfaced from 2004 when he auditioned on what reality show? You got to go all the way back to season 3 of American Idol.
I didn't know this until I saw the video. He was already, kind of stacked, but nowhere near the size he is now.
No, he just kind of looked like a baseball player.
Yes, yeah, that's a perfect example. Yes.
And boy, did Paula Abdul notice. She was all about it.
Swooning.
Yeah, here's a clip.
Can I just say before you start, thank you for putting a little smile.
Oh, you put a smile on Paula's face.
Come here. First time we see her smiling out.
Paula.
I am single, shoot.
There was this one guy in Atlanta. His name is Alan Richardson, and he's totally hot. Randy and Simon decided to leave the table and let Alan sing the whole audition to me.
You are the sunshine of my life.
Ooh.
That's why I always stay around. You are the apple of my eye.
Oh.
Forever you'll stay in this heart.
Okay.
I mean, it's not bad. He's no amazing singer. Better than me, but
What did they put? Did they?
he's
Put, I
not
don't
winning
know.
American Idol.
Did they put him through? Does it say? Did they put him through?
Oh, I didn't see that in the video, whether or not he made it through.
Oh, he did pass his audition, but
He
he got
did.
cut during Hollywood Week.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see that.
Paula Abdul gives me secondhand embarrassment almost every time I see her.
She's pretty weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm seriously almost an ick
Yeah.
with Paula.
Yeah.
And
I
you
agree,
know, and
okay.
I loved her videos in the 80s.
Right. No, I mean, she's amazingly talented. It's just, I don't know, something about her personally that makes me feel like,
She's got a little-
stop doing that. Stop.
She's got a little Britney in her.
Yeah, like an older Britney.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we used to make fun of her all the time for some of the things
yeah.
she did on American Idol. Everyone was wondering what was inside that Coca-Cola cup. Because there's a couple where you're like, she's got to be drunk. She's got to be.
All right. Well, John Bell from Columbus, first one to text at American Idol. He's got $25 to waterbeds and stuff.
Congratulations. You ever have a thought and it just kind of sits there with you for a while and, I don't know, a couple weeks or so later or whatever, you see something and maybe on the World Wide Web and you're like, I knew it. Like you had kind of a gut feeling and then you get a bit more reassurance because the professionals are thinking the same thing you are. Well, that just happened because... Do you remember a couple weeks ago, we had that big sonic boom, and no one could figure out what it was? Turns out it was a giant meteor that flew right over us and actually entered the atmosphere, and it landed not far from
Medina
here, right?
County.
Yeah.
About
Heard over multiple states, and then we had it again in Texas, and then I think there was
Yeah.
one in Canada.
Yeah.
And I was like, something's weird. There's a lot of activity and a lot of stories about meteors because it happens all the time, but usually it's like tiny, they burn up on entry, we don't really hear about it. But in the first part of 2026, we've had quite a few stories. And I've been thinking to myself, that's something to like think about or talk about. Something's different. And sure enough, the American Meteor Society says this warrants serious investigation. They have come out and said there has been a lot of activity. Not only has there been activity, but they're larger size than normal. And not only that, but they're coming apparently from the opposite side of the sun is where a lot of the entries are taking place, which is also a little strange, they said. So the American Meteor Society has written a letter and said this warrants serious investigation.
They don't have any
I
idea,
feel
though?
justified.
They don't have any theory at all?
Let's see. They say the enhanced activity is coming from a specific part of the sky, the direction opposite the sun, and roughly double the normal density, he said. The string of meteor sightings across the U.S. in March, Texas, California, Ohio. Nothing in terms of, why. They just said that it warrants investigation.
Here's the thing is, let me know when they figure it out and then tell me what the answer is because I can't get invested. Because remember when like all the drones, New Jersey.
Oh, yeah.
And they never said why. And I was pretty invested in that.
Uh-huh.
It's a waste of energy.
If they don't give you a why, if someone just asks the question,
Yeah.
but there's no follow-up,
I just can't be worried about everything.
it's true, you can't.
So don't tell you the question unless they have an answer.
I mean, you can tell me the question. I have the same question.
Yeah.
But then here's where it ends for
And then
me
again, it just
until
stops.
it's answered.
And I'll tell you this, it definitely does not concern me because this most certainly is one of those scenarios. Well, let's say there's an answer. Let's say all these meteors that have hit us in the first part of 2026 are actually tiny fragments from the giant one that's coming in 2027.
Yeah.
That's what happened in Armageddon.
Right, exactly. Okay. I'm not worried about this because whatever's going to happen, whatever space stuff is going to happen, I'm not changing. So it's whatevs.
Yeah.
You know. The only person that really has nothing to worry about is Thick, because he's going to outrun anything that comes.
Yes.
Dodge a meteor.
Right.
Yep.
Not a
Cannot
meteor.
dodge a meteor. It's
Just-
very different than
Just space junk. Right.
You think, let's say, just think, maybe a giant meteor was coming, and they just weren't going to tell us? Is that possible?
Did you ever
because
see the movie Don't Look Up?
Don't Look
right.
Up, yeah.
Well,
They don't
like
tell you.
maybe they've decided there's nothing we can do. It's going to end life. Why start a huge panic? Just let it happen, and then when it happens, nobody will know.
You know, spoiler
any
alert.
better.
But if you haven't finished season 1 yet, I'm sorry, but in Paradise, they've got when the president finally announces what's going on, it's
way too late.
It's way too late.
But
way
then everyone
too late.
panics.
Right. So would they tell us? Probably not.
If they couldn't stop it, if they knew there was nothing that could be done,
probably not.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. I mean, what are you going to do? There's nothing you can do besides maybe get home to your loved ones.
Well, that's the other thing, you know.
Yep.
Should we be alerted so that we can, just say screw work, I'm going home and stay with my family until it hits?
Interesting debate for sure. So, anyways, will they look into this? Probably not. I'm just saying I feel justified that the American Meteor Society is on the same wavelength that I am. That's all I'm saying.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
All right. I love this. This would make me laugh out loud. Is it childish? Yeah. Could it get annoying? Yeah. But I still find this hysterical. And it's not the first time it's happened. I just love what they did with it when they got it. Apparently, according to this TikTok video, it doesn't say where this takes place, but someone either stole the headset or was able to RF signal in to the McDonald's drive-thru speaker.
Okay.
Which, again, has been done before.
Oh, this sounds like fun to me.
Yeah. So, but, apparently the story goes that someone got a hold of the McDonald's headset. So, you pull up, and they've got the sensor, and so when the car pulls up, the speaker kicks on, the headset kicks on, so the person inside can take your order. Well, someone else jumped on the speaker system to join the conversation, and, this is what went down.
Sorry, someone stole one of our headsets and they're trolling us. What do you want to eat? Don't listen to them, man. I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
Why don't you go to Brahms instead? I'm so sorry.
Big arch meal with a medium fry.
Anything else for you, man? Big arch isn't even good. Oh my gosh.
And then can I get a 10-piece nugget?
No. You can put it onto that first one.
Thank you, both of you.
That's good.
Both of you. I don't know. They were channeling their inner Cornholio there, from Beavis and Butthead, but still, harmless prank.
Love it.
I thought that's quite entertaining. I would not mind getting my hands on a McDonald's headset one bit.
That's great.
But I can see after a few minutes, if you're the order taker there, the employee inside, you're like, come on, man, I'm just trying to do my job, earning my $12 an hour. Like, leave me alone.
Give me for my bunghole.
Yes, exactly it. Story number 2 takes us on the open ocean, as this was on a Carnival cruise. Now, this is an older story that took place a few years ago, but the woman who's in the video, Amanda Bratton, just recently reposted it, and it's making some noise online because people have some opinions about this. It takes place on a Carnival cruise where Amanda and her now husband, Gary, where they were going to a nice dinner. And Gary had arranged for the staff to deliver a diamond ring to the table so he could propose on this romantic cruise to his, girlfriend, who he wanted to then become his fiance. Well, if you've ever been on a Carnival cruise before, you may know this, that if you do propose, the staff will come over and sing Happy Engagement. Not Happy Birthday, but they will sing Happy Engagement to you and your new fiance. Well, unfortunately, the cake and the song arrived before the ring.
Oh, no.
So the staff walks up, they light the candle, and they start singing Happy Engagement.
No.
And Amanda's sitting there going, I'm not engaged. Gary looked a little confused at first. Now, thankfully, the ring was at the table. He just hadn't followed through with the proposal. So while they're singing Happy Engagement, Gary then gets on one knee and proposes and just kind of goes with the flow. But this is what it sounded like.
All right. So we're gonna sing Happy Engagement.
What?
Oh my God. Okay.
No,
1, 2, and 3. Happy engagement to you. Happy engagement to you. Happy engagement. Happy engagement. Happy engagement to you.
All I hear is hop engagement. Hop engagement.
You know, I don't want that. I wouldn't want that at my engagement. Don't sing a version of Happy Birthday with 6 off-key gentlemen.
You're
singing
trying to
Happy
jam
Engagement.
the word engagement into the rhythm of the song.
Right. Yeah,
that's
unnecessary.
How about
Unnecessary.
just walk over, hand her a bouquet of flowers, and say
Congratulations. Yeah.
That would be
I would take
perfect.
that over that for sure.
How about don't get involved in my engagement further than what I've asked?
There's
I've
that
asked
as
you
well.
to hand a ring over. That's it.
Now, again, he looked confused at first because obviously he had engaged, but then kind of smiled and went with it. Here's a little bit of an argument online taking place, and I'm wondering how you feel about this because this was posted online, so of course people are commenting, saying, great, you went with the flow. You didn't let it ruin the night. You didn't cause a big, huge disturbance because they, made a mistake. I get it. But people in the comments are saying Carnival should hook them up with a really great free cruise for their honeymoon or something.
Yeah, why not?
I'm with that. I think that's a good idea.
It won't cost them anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You spend a little. I heard this secret. If you ever go on a cruise, jump in the casino and spend some money. Because if they see that, they've got no problem throwing free cruises your way because they want you to come back. There have been people who have just bounced from cruise ship to cruise ship. Because if you're going to spend, $1,500 or $1,000 or $2,000 on your next cruise, go drop $1,000 in the casino. They'll give you a free cruise. Cruise.
Yeah.
In case you want to go on a cruise. I don't know why that fell out of my mouth. Anyways, yeah, I say Carnival, hook them up with a cruise since it didn't go fully as planned. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Oh.
Anyways, that's your not so breaking news, 99.7 The Blitz. Scale of 1 to 10, Kelly, how good do you think you are in emergency?
I am a 1.
1, okay. Right off the bat.
Yeah.
All right.
Terrible.
Well, that's perfect because I'm here to help. Because BuzzFeed just had a list of common survival tips that most people are actually getting wrong. So I want to help you out here.
Okay, great.
All right. So store these away in the back of your head somewhere in case you're ever in an emergency. You are usually better off staying with your broken down vehicle instead of trying to hike out of like some unknown potential dangerous situation, especially if it's a 2-lane road. Because those 2-lane roads are a little too skinny. You never know when someone's creeping too close to the side there. So you have a higher chance of injury if you leave your broken down car than staying with it. And if you're in the middle of nowhere, stacking your tires and setting them on fire will cause a column of black smoke that is visible from very far away and will last a long time.
Oh, that's a great idea.
If you're really, really out in the middle of nowhere and you really see no end in sight, jack your car up, take your tires off, set them on fire, build a stack and set them on fire.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one I can keep.
Yep. Don't follow... What's Bear Grylls? Grillis? What's Grills?
Grills.
Yeah. Don't do what he does. Don't eat anything raw if you're stuck out in the wild. You're much more dangerous situation to be stuck in a survival situation and get a parasite than just being stuck in a emergency situation.
Yeah.
So stick with that. All right. Don't rub frostbitten skin to warm up. At that point, if you are already frostbitten, you can tear cells and tissue. You don't want to do that. You need to slowly warm up. And they say if you've reached a mild frostbite, the best thing to do is tuck your fingers and toes into someone else's armpits or leg pit. They say those are the spots to slowly warm up from. If you get stabbed, Kelly, don't pull the blade out. You see it in the movies all the time. John Wick's always like, oh, God. No, don't pull it out. Don't touch anything. Just call 911 because there's a very good chance that knife is plugging the hole.
Yeah.
Or the artery or whatever it stabbed. You pull it out, you're bleeding to death much quicker.
I do think that goes along with my need to be like really dramatic about something, because I need, like, if something really hurts but it doesn't, there's no giant bruise or gushing blood, like, then people don't really believe. They think you're overreacting. I need that knife sticking out of me. I will never remove it for the drama's sake.
For the drama, right.
Yeah.
I want to be able to prove why I'm acting this way. I really will. I would love to see, even if it was like a minor injury.
Yeah.
I think Kelly would be great at, if you don't do this already, would be great at like the Jim Carrey mask death. You know what I mean?
Right.
No. Oh, you got me. It hurts. I can't.
The never ending.
Oh no. Okay. Let's see. If you are ever stuck in the desert, try and bury yourself during the day. You always see them in the movies, like wandering the desert during the day. No, you got to wait till those highest temperatures pass. So if you can get under the sand, little blockage, then that's the best time. Okay. And then start moving around at night. Here's one for you. Maybe, Samantha Guthrie should have followed this rule. Maybe she did. I don't know. Don't wait 24 to 48 hours to report someone missing. If you've got a bad feeling about something, the first few hours are the most crucial. So even if you're not certain, if you've got that gut feeling, go ahead and call 911.
Remember how they used to say they had to be missing 24 hours? I don't think that's real.
I was like, is that still a rule anymore?
I don't think it is.
Adults.
Okay, they'll send someone out.
I think so.
Even if they find you hiding at the bar just trying to get away from your wife and kids, at least they found you.
Yes.
Yeah. And let's see here. Finally, don't drink pee. Even though it's mentioned in some military survival guides, you're not supposed to do it. It actually accelerates dehydration.
Really?
And if your body's already dehydrated, stressed, or malnourished, it will have an even worse effect.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So don't do that.
Okay, who's drinking pee?
Well,
I thought you have the filtration, like if you have that water filtration.
Right.
That supposedly it can clean, like I would assume.
I get it. Says here, it's mentioned in some military survival manuals.
To just drink straight urine?
To just drink it, I guess.
Oh, God.
Here's the other thing, too. As much as I'm sure every guy has wanted to do this, don't pee on jellyfish stings. Vinegar or salt water is what you're supposed to use, and immerse the area in hot water for 20 minutes. So
Where
that whole
did that
myth
come
of
from?
peeing on a jellyfish sting is a an old wives' tale and
doesn't do anything.
Doesn't really do anything.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it came from some perv on
I
the
was going to
beach.
say, yeah, someone had a kink and was like, no, I got you. I'm going to cure you. Let me pee on your leg. Yeah, that's not how that works.
So go back to the first one. Stay in your car.
Uh-huh.
If you're broke down, don't leave your car.
Uh-huh.
Then they had the other one about frostbite. So what if it's freezing cold?
Valid, but you have at least some coverage inside your car from wind and such.
Yes, that's true. But if it's super cold and I'm just sitting there not moving in a frozen car for how long? I mean, how long does it take to freeze?
Valid question. I don't know. I am not a survivalist.
Because I keep gear. I got boots, I got coveralls, hats, gloves, everything. I got water and stuff in my truck. So if I put all that on, I think I've got a better chance.
Think you got a chance?
Now, if the weather's fine, I can see that. But I'm just serious. Seriously. Why are you rolling eyes at me, Kelly?
Because you're breaking down every possible scenario.
There was that one thing.
Say I see a tarantula in the distance, okay?
It was that one. Okay.
Don't now.
All right.
I have half a bottle of water.
I thought that was a reasonable question.
Most people don't have gear and boots and water and everything.
What if it's not a 2-lane road?
And they should.
It's a 2-lane road, and you have the gear. Then get to hiking.
You guys, I thought that was a reasonable question.
I mean, you're right. I don't have the answer.
I know.
We should research that and find out, is it better to leave if you have overalls and boots and waterproof jacket and water and little glove heaters? Can you put the glove heaters in your hands?
Why not?
And the little bootsy foot ones.
Sure.
That's what I'm going to start packing in my car.
Say a plant looks really delicious, but you don't know if it's poisonous. Should you eat it?
I hate you guys.
And now, all right, I'm listening. The 3 things you need to know before you go.
Huge police response at Easton yesterday afternoon after a man walked into Crate and Barrel with a stab wound. Apparently, he was stabbed in a nearby bus stop, and then his backpack was stolen. Officers responded, took this guy to the hospital in stable condition. No arrests have been made. The CEO of Epic Games is apologizing after laying off an employee with terminal brain cancer.
Oh, no, that's a bad look.
Yeah, last week the company behind the game Fortnite laid off about 1,000 people, and that included a man named Mike Prinky, who is currently fighting terminal brain cancer. Well, Epic CEO Tim Sweeney came out on Sunday, and he said, first of all, they did offer severance to everyone, 4 months of base pay, 6 months of extended health coverage. He said, but I'm so sorry, did not recognize this, very painful situation and didn't know and would have handled this in advance, but we will cover him. We're working with his family right now.
Good.
I thought that was just a nice move, because how could you know the personal story of 1,000 employees?
No, absolutely. If you're going through kind of the numbers game, unfortunately, a company that size, you are just kind of a number, but they did do the right thing at least.
Right thing, yes. Well, one of the biggest unsolved mysteries in Columbus is now 20 years old. It's the disappearance of Brian Schaefer, a 27-year-old medical student in his second year at Ohio State. 2 decades ago, on March 31st, 2006, Schaefer met his friend Clint Florence and went bar hopping in the campus area in the Short North. The last stop of the night, in the early morning hours of April 1st, they met a female friend, and the three went to the Ugly Tuna Saloona in the South Campus area. Three were seen on camera entering the bar at 1:15 a.m. Schaefer was then seen on video outside the bar speaking briefly with 2 young women, and then seen going back into the bar. Long story short, friends wanted to leave, couldn't find Brian, called him repeatedly, left messages, and when the bar shut down at 2 a.m., they waited outside, and Brian never came out of the bar.
What?
There was an extensive search of the bar, of course, all the surveillance in the area, because at the time that was a very unsafe area of campus. So all of the surrounding buildings had surveillance.
Okay.
Did not see him anywhere around that bar leaving.
After he went back in.
After he went back in.
From talking to the 2 females. That's crazy.
So they did, there were a couple things in this mysterious disappearance of Brian Schaefer. Number one, search dogs did track his scent to a nearby Wendy's. And interesting thing number 2, police asked everyone who had seen Brian Schaefer that evening to take a lie detector test, even his father. Everyone agreed except the dude he was bar hopping with, Clint Florence. He would not, and has to this day, refused a polygraph.
Oh.
Everyone else passed it. He won't take it. So I guess that doesn't say anything other than he's refused to take a lie detector.
Right.
But that's an interesting part of the case. I guess they still receive tips to this day about people thinking they've seen Brian Schaefer somewhere, and they follow up.
That's crazy.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's been 20 years, and those are your 3 things.
All right. All right, if you're looking for work and you love ranch dressing, Hidden Valley Ranch is looking to hire ranch ambassadors. Here's the deal. They want to spread the love of ranch. And this time, they want it to happen over in Europe. So they are hiring 2 teams of 2 to head over to Europe for 2 months. And you get to spread the love of ranch to the people of Europe. They're going to pay for all expenses, travel, pay you for about 40 hours per week, pay for your housing. Now, you and this other person, you don't have to be a couple, but you guys are going to be living together. So you got to, they want friends or something. But yeah, 2 teams of 2 that they're going to be hiring. You can start uploading your application to social media. The website for Hidden Valley Ranch will have the application starting next week, but you can at least start getting your ideas together. And you can get the information on their website starting today, but they're going to start accepting applications on the 10th. And I don't know. I don't like this.
No?
Like we get it. We're the most gluttonous, fattest country there is. We don't have to spread our fatness. Leave people alone. Like, we put ranch on everything. But you be that. Don't take it over to Europe. Leave other people alone.
Have you ever seen that girl, Dawn Farmer? She's from England. and she tries American snacks that they don't have over there. And years ago, around COVID, somebody sent her ranch dressing, and she's obsessed with ranch dressing.
Really?
Use her. The girl's all over TikTok talking about ranch.
I have seen, like, they'll take snacks, or like I saw one with barbecue for some young men that are like in a private high school in England, and they've never had American snacks or American barbecue before, and of course they're all losing their mind. Because I do agree that the food, we cook with a lot of butter and salt and sugar, and that's what makes food good.
It's delicious.
And they don't do that as much over there. So it's a little more bland over there. And we also know white people in their seasoning. So the food over in England is not exactly, flavorful. So they're going to take ranch and just start trying to douse everything in ranch like we do here. And they need people to help show the people of Europe how it's done. How to drench your pizza in ranch dressing and just have it swimming.
Don't drown your food.
So, if you want to apply, you can jump over to the Hidden Valley Ranch website, get the information. They'll start taking applications next week. I mean, if nothing else, you get a 2-month trip to Europe.
Yeah, that'd be
all
fun.
Expenses paid. Why not? I knew this, or I thought, I should say, this was something that pretty much everyone knew about, and they knew about the label, but it's kind of making its rounds on the World Wide Web, and some people are like, oh my God, my parents do this, or oh my God, my husband does this, but they didn't know the name of it. Because we've all heard of the Irish goodbye, when you just leave without saying goodbye to anyone. You just disappear, which a lot of people swear by the Irish goodbye.
That's the way to do it.
Because there is the opposite of the Irish goodbye. Do you know what that is, Kelly?
Yes.
What is it? It's got a name.
Well, it happens in the Quinn family, so the Quinn goodbye.
No, it is the Midwest goodbye.
The Midwest goodbye.
Yes.
That's it. Yes.
And that is because, apparently, the Midwest happens to be so nice and so cordial that you say goodbye to everyone.
Hometown.
Yes.
Before leaving the party.
Absolutely happens at every gathering.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That is why you do the Irish goodbye, to avoid
the Midwest
Midwest
have to do
goodbye.
it, right? Yes. But people online are like, oh, that's what that is. They didn't know that it was called the Midwest goodbye.
We know you have to say you're leaving a half hour before you want to get out the door.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you've got basically one hand on the doorknob ready to go, but you just can't get out the door because you say one thing and it turns into a whole nother story. And then you move on to the next person. And of course, that goodbye takes forever. And like you said, it could easily be a half an hour.
Easily.
I know that my parents were very guilty of this. I am a huge fan of, I'm not necessarily the Irish goodbye, but I'm definitely good at, okay, yep, nice seeing you, nice seeing you, nice seeing you. We're not doing this.
We bounced out. I do the Midwest goodbye.
You're guilty of it.
I would say though it depends on the size of the group, because if you're in a giant party, I might say goodbye to one person, duck out, but usually I'll go in saying, look, you are not going to probably see me at some point because I'm like halfway home.
Right. How is it in a thick family? You guys long goodbyers?
Not usually.
Not usually.
No.
You're out.
I mean, if you're just hanging with family, yeah, but that's about.
I did see this, and this makes total sense. Someone said, one does not simply cut off a Midwest goodbye. The only way out is through.
Yes.
Like, you got to power through.
You got to
and
do
just
the
go.
goodbye. Yeah.
Yep.
And then the final rule, if you know someone who's guilty of the Irish goodbye, someone posted this rule, and I think it absolutely is a steadfast rule you have to follow. Dear God, whatever you do, once you get to the car, don't roll down the window. Because that's going to be another 20 minutes sitting in the driveway. Okay, yeah. Talk to you later. Goodbye.
It's the Morning Blitz.
It's time for another edition of Normal or No.
Yes, normal or no. I'm going to give you a scenario, and I just want you to tell me whether or not this is normal. Yeah, a lot of people do this. Or nope, you're about the only one, Goose. But I have a feeling I'm not alone on this one. Have you ever been in a situation where something happens and you react a certain way? and you're not exactly thrilled with how you reacted, and you're thinking to yourself, I don't want to feel this way. I don't want to. But then you kind of click, and the reason you feel that way is because of outside sources, mainly the person that made you feel those emotions. And then you're like, you did this to me. I wasn't like this before. Because of history and patterns, you now cause me to react in a certain way. So you did this. This is on you. You know what I'm saying?
I do. We just saw this. What was the girl from The Bachelorette that got bounced because of her...
Yeah.
What's her name?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Taylor Frankie Paul.
Yeah.
Okay, so she got in that, had that where she was attacking her.
Oh, throwing chairs.
And all that, and she hit her daughter with the chair. And then she goes, that's your fault. You made me do that.
Made me do this, yeah. Well, it happened on Sunday because on Sunday I was out and about a little bit, and Nora and the 13-year-old were home alone, hanging out. And then Sunday night, as we're getting ready for bed, I'm sitting in the sink brushing my teeth, and Nora informs me that afternoon, her and the 13-year-old and our dog Birdie were all hanging out. He's playing with the dog. He's throwing the ball. She's running through the living room going nuts, kind of playing fetch and squeaky toying and all that kind of stuff. And the 13-year-old looks at Nora and goes, if I had the choice to go to any family, I would still choose our family. I love our family. Everything's great. And, of course, in the moment, Nora goes, oh, my God. And then she told me I was brushing my teeth because here's the other thing. I'm also a bonus parent. I'm step parent.
Right.
But for him to feel that comfortable in that house, it just grabbed my heartstrings. But then instantly, both of us went, in our minds, we didn't say this out loud, but both of us went, what do you want? Your birthday's on Sunday. What do you want? You didn't say that just to say it. You want something. It's coming. The ask hasn't come yet, but I know it's coming.
See, and therein lies the genius, he thinks. Because he's like, I'm going to plant this on him a few days ahead of time.
Yep.
Then
we'll butter him up
for the ask.
Now, here's the problem. Because 13-year-olds and 12-year-olds are who they are, and they tend to ask for a lot of stuff, and he's got his little hobbies, and he wants us to take him to the card show, and can we go here, and can we do that? You automatically think there's a motive there, instead of just this 13-year-old young man loves his situation that he's in, and he loves his family. Kids make you cynical, and they make you pessimist, and they make you question things.
Daily, hourly.
Normal or nope that we had that thought of, what do you want? 800-821-9970.
It's too close to his birthday not to have that thought. However,
right.
I think there's a chance he could have been 100% genuine. You don't know for sure, but it's a little close to the birthday.
That's the problem. Anytime end of March, beginning of April, or any time between Thanksgiving and Christmas Day. If those words come out of your mouth, come on.
I'll accept that in from January to February, through February.
Yes. Yep.
And then June through September. That's it.
That's it. The only time we're going to accept compliments like that.
No more family compliments close to holidays.
800-821-9970. Nicole texts in. She says, definitely normal. Vivian said, it's normal. Nobody makes you feel a certain way, you allow it. You're right. You're absolutely right. No one can control. You are in charge of your emotions. No one can control your emotions. You're not wrong there. But when something happens over and over again,
it's a conditioning.
All you have to do is go off of history.
Yeah.
And being a gambling man, I'm playing the statistics. And statistically, something like that comes out of their mouth. And they want something.
It's just the charm of a teenager.
That's it.
Who thinks they're smarter than you.
And he's a charmer, too.
Yeah.
He's the charmer of the family. The 17-year-old is more literal and will just kind of flat out ask. The 13-year-old is going to dance around it a little bit, work that charm.
Yeah. Give you the sales pitch.
Yes.
So Vivian said, nobody makes you feel a certain way, you allow it. But I don't think you allow natural human instincts. They are what they are. They take over. a natural human instinct. And I think that is absolutely a natural human instinct.
Susan texts in, said totally normal. Let's see. Max says kids make us better. That is true. I'm not denying that. That is very true. Doug says 13-year-olds are the most sneaky-ass, conniving little bastards. Better check your wallet. Yeah, I agree with you there, Doug. They very much can be.
Are they the most? Because we were talking about 10-month-olds. 10-month-olds.
Oh, a couple days ago, how they can learn.
You were showing me some videos this morning.
Yeah.
Of 10-month-olds just conniving little suckers,
quick.
boy.
They learn real quick. 800-821-9970. Rob says, I'm convinced preteen children all have hostage negotiating side gigs. Yeah, they can negotiate. They can definitely get what they want. That is for certain. I would love to know how you feel, and if your kids have ever made you feel this way. It's 99.7 The Blitz. Hey, speaking of kids, I wanted to talk about this real quick, too. Came across this guy while doom scrolling. He's on TikName.
Whoa.
He's on TikTok. His name is Coach Philly. I don't know where he teaches, but he's a teacher and a coach
I'm gonna guess
at this
Philadelphia.
particular school.
Okay.
That would be the guess, for sure.
Right.
Doesn't say what he teaches. I don't think he teaches gym class, because what we're going to get into seems a bit more in-depth than teaching gym class. You know what I'm saying? But he definitely does coach something.
He says, it says a hoop in Hornet. I'm going to guess he's a basketball coach.
All right. Thick, doing some detective work, piecing it together. A coach in Philly who also teaches and coaches basketball. Okay, very good.
Guessing.
It's a good guess. Well, he's become a bit TikTok famous, and he's not the only one. I've seen others, but he's one that I came across and I really like, because he has a series going. And the series is called Emails I Get from Parents. And if this doesn't show you what teachers put up with and how they deserve so much more than what they get, I don't know what to tell you. So here's the first set of emails. And I believe because I've got 3 categories for you. I've got emails from parents about teaching. I've got emails from parents about coaching. And then also he does a specific email from parents, and it's kind of about spring break, because we're on spring break right now, and how he handles that. So we're going to start with emails about teaching.
Emails I've gotten from parents, part 18. Buckle up. We just got back from spring break. Here we go. Up first. Subject, struggling after break. Coach Phillips, Jake is still very sunburned and extremely tired from the trip. Is there any way he could ease back into school this week instead of jumping right back into work?
Oh.
What?
The nerve.
He struggled leaving vacation, so needless to say, it's been tough. Thank you for understanding. Mom.
Oh, he's struggling getting back into the swing of things after vacation. It was tough leaving vacation. So if he could just ease back into school, that'd be great.
Oh, no, you're supposed to be raising a man. All right? Some girl is going to have to clean up your mess, Mom.
Yeah, for sure.
Continue the same one?
Yeah.
Subject, quick favor. Coach Phillips, since the kids just got back from break, is there any chance you could avoid tests, quizzes, homework, deadlines, or any form of academic pressure for at least a week?
Yeah.
Just until everyone gets back in the groove.
The looks he gave are
Appreciate
priceless.
you.
You know,
Mom.
we used to have to study over Christmas break because there was a promise of tests
When
and
you come
papers
back.
due
Right,
right when we came back.
Yep. Now you gotta ease back in. Let's go to the I think the next one is the coach's one that he gets about coaching and what it's like coaching some of these kids in a high school sport. Go ahead.
Emails that I've gotten from parents, part 20. How about we read some coaching emails? May have to put the shades on to block out the haters. Up first, Coach Phillips. My child has reported that practices are extremely hard and stressful. Please adjust the intensity so that players can improve without feeling overwhelmed. I would appreciate an update on how this will be addressed. Thank you.
Can practice not be so intense, please? It's a little too much for my Johnny to handle. We need to bring down the intensity of practice. Are you guys... Who has the balls to write a coach this email?
Oh, dude.
I don't understand.
Next one. Hi, Coach Phillips. My child has been coming home from practice exhausted and frustrated. I understand the need for hard work.
Do you?
But this level of intensity is affecting them emotionally. Please reconsider your approach to ensure the players feel supported. Thank you.
Are these the parents that didn't play sports growing up?
Maybe.
I have to assume they don't know what, athletic practice is like. That's the only thing I can kind of wrap my head around.
Practice.
I think he's got one more in there about being a coach.
Emails that I've gotten from emails and not great.
Oh, Bella.
I don't know what's
Emails that I've gotten from parents. Part 19. Up first. Hi. My child says you're very nice and funny. That's great. But I just wanted to make sure the class is still structured and not just fun. Let me know how you keep them focused. Thanks, Mom.
So, you come down on them too hard, and all of a sudden the parents are like, what are you doing? You're emotionally damaging my child. But then, you're the fun teacher and you're having a good time, and you want to make sure that the class is structured and they're still getting the work done.
God forbid the kids enjoy learning.
Right.
It'd probably tack another 2 hours onto your day to reply to these personalized, you need to tell me individually how you are addressing each and every problem that my child faces.
And I'll tell you what, again, all credit to the teacher, because it was just a month ago or so that we had a day, Nora and I, and we had a phone call with every single teacher that the 13-year-old had. We wanted to check up on some progress reports and some things, and every teacher took time out, and we scheduled them. And again, the level of access to them now is so much greater than the level of access they had when I was growing up when it comes to your teachers and the information. We got a report card and maybe a progress report and then a report card and then your semester grades and then your final grades. And that was it.
We had parent-teacher conferences.
That was the only
once
time.
a year or something.
The only time you talked to the teachers.
Yeah, that was it.
And now the email lines are open. The Zoom calls are open. You get daily or weekly. You can log on and see the assignments and what's being done in class. What is now being put on the teachers is mind-blowing to me. So, anyways, Coach Philly, you keep doing your thing. I want to continue to hear these emails because some people out there, they be cray-cray. 99.7 The Blitz.
And now, all right, I'm listening. The 3 things you need to know before you go.
Well, signs are up and part of a very busy 315 closed for the next 4 months. ODOT says the 315 is closed between Hyatt's and Bunty Station Roads in Delaware County. They need to do work there to keep the roadway from slipping toward the Olentangy River. So I guess, okay, you can close it. We'll okay that one.
It gets a little dicey up through there.
Yeah. So
it does.
Crews will be building retaining walls and replacing culverts in the area until the end of July. So get used to your detour. The Federal Trade Commission has filed a lawsuit against OkCupid and its corporate affiliate, alleging the dating app secretly shared the photos, locations, and personal information of millions of users with an outside company and then spent more than a decade trying to hide it. The case from a data transfer back in 2014 when OkCupid quietly handed over nearly 3 million user photos along with demographic and location data to an unrelated startup called Clarify Incorporated. The FTC says that OkCupid's founders had personally invested in Clarify, and the handover was done as a favor to the startup. There was no business connection there.
Oops.
Yeah, so according to the OkCupid privacy policy, your information was supposed to stay private, And that is not what happened. Well, police in Missouri say an Amber Alert that set off an hours-long search for a 5-year-old girl yesterday never should have been issued because the girl did not exist. St. Louis County Police say they were told that a guardian had left the child in a running car in a suburb of St. Louis. And when the adult female quickly went inside the home, she came out to find her vehicle and the little girl missing. Authorities found the car a few blocks away and then treated the incident as a kidnapping. They issued a statewide Amber Alert. And as authorities searched, police say the woman's story began to unravel. She said she had custody of the child, but there was no evidence that a child was living in her home. It's a 5-year-old. No bedroom, no toys, no evidence whatsoever. And then at some point, she finally just said, okay, I made it up. And they're like, what? Why would you do something like this? And she said, well, my car actually was stolen, but I didn't think you'd look for it unless there was a kid inside.
Oh, God.
Yes. So she was arrested, and so was her female roommate, because I guess between the two of them, they concocted this whole sham.
Yeah, you can't go wasting resources like that.
Isn't that crazy? Anyway, those are your three things.
All right.
It's the Morning Blitz with Goose, Kelly, and Thick.
The time is gone. It's the time. Time after time. Good time. Big time. Let's do time warm again.
All right, here we go. Weezer is going to be at Nationwide Arena on Tuesday, October 6th. We've got a pair of tickets for you to win. You can get them at Ticketmaster.com if you wish. Want to guarantee your seats inside of that show, or you can try and win them right now. 800-821-9970. We're going to play the Time Warp. Very simple. We need one contestant who is going to join us in listening to an audio montage that Thick has worked diligently on, and we'll find out who can do the best at guessing the year in which all the clips come from. So let's get a contestant right now. Blitz, hi, who's this?
Been trying. Doug.
Doug. All right, Doug. We have got an audio montage ready to go, filled with clips. Could be TV, music, movies, commercials, PSAs, jingles. Could be from anywhere. But all three clips come from the same year, and we just have to guess what year it came from. Okay, Doug?
Sounds good.
All right, after the clip, we'll let you choose if you want to go first or last. So, Thick, you ready?
Ready.
All right, let's get that Time Warp.
On the turning away.
You got it, dude.
Good morning, Vietnam!
Okay, quick moving today. Boy. I'll tell you what, I'm not sure on the first one. Doug, your choice. You want to go first or last?
I'll go first.
All right, go ahead. What you got for us?
1987.
1987. That's a good guess. That's a good guess. Was Full House that early?
Oh, is that Full House?
Yeah. It was Full House, and it was, of course, Good Morning Vietnam. Was that The
Pink
Cure?
Floyd? Pink Floyd?
Yeah, Pink Floyd.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. All right. 87. Well, thank God it's Friday. TGIF on ABC. Full House was part of that. Good Morning Vietnam. Definitely late 80s. You might be right in there. All right. I'm just going to go 88 because I don't think it was 86. That's too early for Full House. So I'm going to go 88.
Yeah, I have no clue about the first two, but I definitely know. Yeah, Good Morning Vietnam was late 80s. If it's one or the other, I'll just go 89.
All right.
Because the other two are taken.
We're going to go 87, 88, 89 for today's Time Warp. Thick, what you got?
All right, well, the Pink Floyd song called On the Turning Away is from their album A Momentary Lapse of Reason.
Okay.
And then, yes, that was, what's her name that says You Got It, Dude?
The sisters, Olsen.
Yeah, the Olsen.
Mary Kate and Ashley.
Yeah, she
got
said
it, dude.
You got it, dude. And then, yeah, of course, Good Morning Vietnam. That was self-explanatory. And the movie, the TV show, and A Momentary Lapse of Reason, the Pink Floyd album, all made their debut in the year 1987.
Doug was on it. Doug, what gave it away? Did you just know right away or what?
Well, I'm a big Pink Floyd fan, and I know the movie very well. I didn't know the Full House clip, though.
Okay.
I used to watch that.
So you got it off of 2. Very good, man. You hit the nail on the head. 1987 was that year. So, Doug, we're going to give you a pair of tickets to see Weezer with the Shins and the Silver Sun pickup. So mark your calendar now for October 6th. You've got something to do in the fall, okay?
Awesome.
You hang out 1 second. Absolutely. We'll get you taken care of and get you hooked up. We've got more tickets as the week rolls on. So continue to listen for your chance to win.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
Oh, we've got some bonus not so breaking news for you this morning, as we don't have 1, we don't have 2, but we've got 3 stories, all involving the human body this morning, okay? The first story takes us over to Jersey City, where Shivrikshina Bera from Jersey City is under arrest for allegedly sexually assaulting a woman portraying the Easter Bunny at the South Hills Village Mall in Pittsburgh. It takes place in Pittsburgh. This person is from Jersey City who traveled to Pittsburgh. Leave your hands off the Easter Bunny.
My gosh.
Don't go doing that. Apparently, in the police report, Bera approached the photo area and questioned the costume performer, who referred to him to her assistant when she was, when he was questioning the Easter Bunny. The Easter Bunny said, "Go talk to the assistant." Bera then inquired, "Is it a boy or girl?" Asking about the person inside the Easter Bunny costume. He then went on to touch the woman's arm and chest area, grabbing her boobs, and then inserted his fingers into the costume's nose and mouth opening.
Wait, what? What? Like the Three Stooges over here?
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's completely gross. All of a sudden you're wearing this bunny head and a couple fingers just come through the nostril holes. Don't do that.
I want one of these.
You're already dealing with snotty kids, and then you got this
guy,
dealing.
Right.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Gross.
He ended up leaving the picture area, and police did apprehend him at a nearby movie theater. During his questioning, he said, "What? It's a doll, right?" No, you knew there was a human inside there. I guess they told him there was a person inside, and he said, "By mistake, my hand touched her. If it's a lady, sorry." No, you're not. You're just trying to get
a lady.
Wait a minute. By mistake, my hand touched her. If it's a lady, so if it was a man, I did it on purpose.
Right?
What does that mean?
Who knows? The guy's obviously not right in the head. If it's your kink to go grope a Easter Bunny, that's just weird. Don't do that. Story number 2, ma'am, Maury Povich never had to deal with a problem like this, but this woman is going to have a bit of an issue, at least for the next, I would say, at least dozen years, because there is a woman overseas who was feeling a bit randy, and she had herself some relations with a man. And it doesn't say in the story necessarily. I'm assuming she had to know, because 4 days later, she had relations with the man's identical twin brother. So whether she was trying to complete the cycle or whether he was pretending, doesn't necessarily say, but she ended up pregnant. And now the baby is born. And here's the thing. The first identical brother was listed on the birth certificate as the father. However, the second identical brother has taken them to court saying, no, you don't know that. Take your name off the birth certificate. This could be my child. And now the judge has ruled that, yes, they're going to take the name off of the birth certificate, because here's the problem. There is no scientific way to figure out who the father is.
They share 100% DNA.
Yes. Now, there is a genome mapping test that they can do that gets down into the heart of the DNA. But it's very, very expensive, and it's almost never done. So the only thing they can do is wait until this child is old enough, and they're talking 10 to 12 years, before certain personality traits start coming out, where they could make a definitive sort of answer as to who the father is. Because that's the only way is if you start to see some of that genetic coding like coming through and manifesting.
That could take years.
Yes.
And he's not going to know who his dad is.
I don't know what you do as the parent here.
And what is the heart?
Mother.
What is the heart of the DNA? Is that like behind the taint? I mean, what are we talking about?
Yeah, that's a valid question. I tried to read about it, and it was way too much. It's literal genome mapping.
Yeah, I could not.
So, yeah,
what a tricky situation.
It's going to be a while before they know what's going on. Yep.
That's a new one.
That is a new one for sure. So good luck, lady. Here's another new one. If you are into plastic surgery, there is a giant explosion in a new version, because we've heard of people getting filler before. It's happened all the time. Some people get too much filler, and then you can just see it, and their cheekbones are up by their ears, or their lips are literally touching their nose. Like, calm down on the filler. But a lot of times they'll take filler from like your thighs and put it in your lips, like it's kind of your own filler. Mm-hmm. Well, they're finding a new way to do this because they now have zombie filler, because they're taking the fat from cadavers and using it as filler on other people. Yes, they're taking dead people fat and injecting it into people's bodies to use as filler.
Do they have to let you know that first, or is that just something that could happen?
I think people are paying for this. Yes, this is what they're doing. This is the procedure that they want. I want the filler, the fat from a cadaver.
Weird. That sounds like normal to me.
It does.
I mean, that you would use human fat as filler?
From a dead person?
From a dead person? If you're going to use it, take it from...
Well, I mean, if they die, you take their organs, you use those. I mean...
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I don't know.
There are organ donors.
I'm not saying it doesn't kind of gross me out, but it does at the same time seem normal.
I guess if it's safe to take someone's liver or lung or eyeball, then why couldn't you take some fat from their butt?
I mean, I wouldn't want to do it after they've been sitting for a couple months, you know.
Yeah, I wonder how quickly they do it. You get that dead person filler in your lip, and you spend the rest of your life going, what is that smell? It just never goes away. It's just sitting into your nose. You're like, oh, it smells like a corpse in here. What is this?
It's your lip.
Yeah. Or even worse, they take it from someone's butt and they put it in your lip, and you're like, God, it smells like crap around here. What is that? So, anyways, it's become very popular over on Park Avenue in Manhattan and on the Upper East Side. So if you want some zombie filler, head on over to New York City and you'll be all set. That's your not so breaking news. All right, I gotta share this with you. This took place on Saturday night. As I shared with you yesterday, that on Saturday night we had a nice little group go out for a group birthday celebration. There were 10 people, 5 couples went out, and 5 of us were celebrating birthdays. That's 50% of your party celebrating birthdays. That's a pretty high number. That usually doesn't happen. But it was planned, and of course, Thick was there. His wife Heather was there with him. I was there with Nora. Tess and Tyler were there, a couple friends. And afterwards, the 6 of us, myself and Nora, Tess and Tyler, and Thick and Heather, went over to Tess and Tyler's place, hang out. There was some basketball on. We were watching some of the Elite Eight. And then we popped out Catchphrase, which is a game you can play. And I think there used to be like a board game version or like a card version, but this is the digital version. So it's just this little handheld thing, and you push the button, and something pops up on the little screen, and you have to describe that thing to your teammate, and then you get points for doing so. But of course, you can't say what the thing is. You just have to use clues to get them to say.
Kelly, it's kind of like playing $100,000 pyramid.
Okay.
You know,
yeah. Kind of a little bit like that.
How you
it would say like tanning in the sun. And then so I'm looking at the screen and it says tanning in the sun, and I have to describe whatever I can. Something you do on a hot day.
Yeah.
To get your body darker.
Yeah, exactly. And so we're playing guys versus girls. It's me, Thick, and Tyler, and it's Nora and Heather and Tess. And Tess is giving clues for what's on the screen. And, of course, you're just trying to yell out answers. And the clue that she gave was a famous detective. Let's just say those are the only words you heard, Kelly. I'm looking at a screen. You know I'm trying to get you to say something.
Famous detective.
And I go, a very famous detective.
Sherlock Holmes.
Thank you.
That was the answer.
Right off the bat. That's the only clue you would need to hear, and that would probably be the first thing that pops to mind. Yeah. At least within the first couple. But no, my lovely, amazing fiance, the first words that popped out of her mouth in a very serious tone, ready to win the game.
Oh, okay.
Give me the clue, Kelly.
A very famous detective.
Helen Keller.
Oh.
Wait, what? The whole game stopped.
Oh my God, we were gone. Wait, I was laughing so friggin' hard.
How? Why is that?
Helen Keller.
Why is that the first?
Was she thinking Nancy Drew, maybe? Or?
Maybe. Maybe that could be the only explanation. Because then it took a side turn of 5 minutes of me trying to figure out how that would work. Helen Keller, we have a clue. And then I really decided my $1 million idea is I'm going to write a cartoon for Adult Swim called Helen Keller P.I. Because I think that would be just a genius TV show. Helen Keller P.I. has got at least 3 seasons written all over it.
This was brave of you, because you know Nora is really mad at you right now, and you're probably not getting any for a month.
Hey, don't put out answers. Don't put out answers to famous detective and yell out Helen Keller.
Did she explain that she actually thought Helen Keller was
no, and I don't believe that she knows who Helen Keller is. She doesn't really believe Helen Keller is a famous detective. It was just the seriousness in her answer, and the first thing that she blurted out.
Yeah, I'll blurt out anything just to try to be first
when it comes to it comes to a game.
So if I say Helen Keller, I say Helen Keller.
Yeah, because in the game, if you're wrong, you can just keep guessing.
You keep guessing.
Guessing. You know,
just get that first anxiety answer out of the way.
And that's what it had to be, because that's the only explanation I can come up with, that Helen Keller would be the first thing you blurt out for famous detective.
Oh,
but not everyone gets everything right. In fact, this is not along the same lines, but if you've ever mispronounced a word before, we came across this clip. I can't help but play this. This is blown up on TikTok. A woman is with a friend, and apparently they've just gone to 7-Eleven, and they got Slurpees. And the friend liked to do the mix thing where you take a whole bunch of flavors.
Suicide.
Yeah. You make yourself a Slurpee. Suicide. This is the interaction that took place in the car.
The blue Slurpee tastes like what? Pina colada. Wait. Stop moving the bag. It tastes like what? It tastes like Pina colada. And it's nasty. What? It tastes like what? Pina colada. What? What, bro? What? One more time. It tastes like what? Pina colada. What? I can't breathe. Why is that so funny? I'm only laughing because you're so weak. You don't even tear up when you laugh. You're tearing up. Bruh.
Her friend is crying.
Look, I see the blue coming through the straw. Pina colada.
Oh gosh, that's funny.
I would get to the point where I would get frustrated. Like if my friend is cracking up in tears, and you don't know why, I'm going to be like, okay, you got to tell me what's so funny, because she didn't know that it wasn't Pina colada. She thought deep down, sure enough, it was Pina colada. And I'm trying to remember a time that I was so set in my ways that I thought, well, it kind of happened at dinner. I got the to-go box for the dessert. We had some leftover cheesecake, and I closed the box, and it had these 2 little flaps, and the flaps were hooked. And they're like, you didn't close the box. And I'm picking up the box. It's closed. The flaps are hanging there. And they're like, you didn't close it. And I was so dead set. I'm like, what is the problem? I closed the box. No, it was like a snap-on, and I just luckily had the 2 hooks set in place. When you're so dedicated in your wrongness, and I'm pretty good at being dedicated in my wrongness because I always think I'm right. That's the problem.
Yeah, I feel like I'll defend myself and to a point where I'm starting to doubt myself, and then I really back off real fast.
Yeah,
I'm like,
you're
well,
oh, wait, maybe I'm not.
Wait a minute.
Yep. That's the problem with being right most of the time,
Yeah.
is you think you're always right. But then when you're wrong, the people love pointing out when you're actually wrong.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, fine. Yeah, enjoy yourself a decent pina colada on an 80-degree day, 98.7 The Blitz. You know, a little bit ago, during the not-so-breaking news, we were telling you about a new medical plastic surgery trend called zombie filler, and that's basically where instead of taking fat from, like, your butt and injecting it into your lips or cheeks, they're taking it from cadavers. And initially, Kelly and I were both like, ugh. But Thick brought up a good point. I mean, is it any different than organ donor? You take their eyes, you take, their lungs if you need a lung transplant. What's
heart,
kidneys?
liver, kidney.
All kinds of tissues.
And I guess you're never too old to do so because a World War II veteran just recently passed away at 100 years old, and he had a perfectly healthy liver. He is the oldest organ donor in U.S. history.
Wow.
100 years old. Perfectly healthy liver.
How about that?
That got me thinking real quick, because I do have it marked on my license. I am an organ donor. Take whatever works. I'm fine with it. I'm pretty certain most of yours is like of good use. I think you'd be okay, right? I think most of your things.
Yeah, I mean, organ-wise, I think pretty good. Eyeballs are shot, so good luck. I'd be giving you some vision issues if you took my eyes. But you're welcome to try.
Okay.
Yeah, but the rest of me's in pretty good shape, I think.
Thick. What about you? What about you?
I probably have some good stuff.
Okay, because I'm really racking my brain here.
Yeah.
I've never drank a lot of alcohol.
Okay.
So liver's probably okay.
All right.
Kidneys are probably okay. I drink a lot of water.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Good.
so
Okay.
that's good for the kidneys. I smoked most of my life, so lungs probably not going to be the best.
I would say that would probably be the only thing would be depending on. I don't know if kidneys have like mileage, like only so much uses, because my kidneys have had to filter out a lot. I've never had kidney issues.
Right.
The liver, you're not taking my liver. You don't want that. That's just good. You take my liver with all the Captain Morgan I drank, you're instantly going to turn into a pirate. Like you're gonna lose an eye and grow a peg leg instantly if they give you my liver. Eyes are. I don't wear glasses, but I don't have the greatest vision. Those are shot. Lungs, you definitely don't want. I got no hair follicles left. That's done.
But boy, do you have a juicy butt with which we can extract tissues to inject into people's lips.
Yeah, you could definitely suck some fat out of this hiney.
Just kidding.
Yeah. There's some good old Christmas hams back here.
No.
I don't know. All I heard was Kelly likes your ass.
Hey, I'm fine with that. But
I actually don't think I've seen your butt. Turn around.
Oh, damn!
You're all right back there. I'm so flat. I got nothing.
God.
I can hold a pencil in that butt crevice between my butt and my leg.
Yeah.
I got that little whoop.
I think you could be a living donor if anybody's interested.
Yeah, I mean, I've never had appendicitis or my gallbladder out.
I had my gallbladder out.
Those are completely useless, but I still have them.
Okay.
So I've never had that. But yeah, other than that, not much is working on this thing. A lot of people say like treat your body as a temple.
Yeah.
No, mine's the homeless shelter. Over in the worst corner of town.
Treating it like a shed.
Oh God, yeah. There's just old debris blowing through the parking lot. Some chicken wings just over there in the parking spot. Definitely a used condom under the mailbox. I mean, it's just a wreck. But hey, if you want it, take it. It's all yours.
Do they do brain transplants? I don't think that's possible in humans yet.
I swear I've heard of it.
Well, that's the whole point of the movie Get Out. So whether it's come to light.
I'm not offering, by the way. You would not want this memory.
Kula says skin is an organ. I agree.
Yeah.
You can take my skin. You might get it. You might end up with a tattoo that you never planned on because I got some tattoos on me. But
sir, this has a Michigan tattoo on it. I'd rather die.
Yeah, I bet there are a lot of people that would turn it down for sure. Not in time for the Blitz.
And now, all right, I'm listening. The 3 things you need to know before you go.
TSA workers are starting to receive their retroactive paychecks as the partial government shutdown continues. Paychecks reportedly began hitting employees' bank accounts yesterday, but officials have warned that there might be some delays in paying TSA officers back in full. A 15-year-old student shot a teacher at a Texas high school before taking his own life. The shooting happened yesterday morning on the second floor of Hill Country College Preparatory High School in Bulverde, Texas, near San Antonio. The teacher was rushed to a San Antonio hospital. Officials have not released her condition. The male student pronounced dead at the scene from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. All right, just a word of warning. If you're planning on pulling an April Fool's Day prank on someone, you think it's hilarious, but you haven't really thought it through very well.
No, it was very thought out. I'm telling you.
Here's a short list of documented April Fool's Day pranks that went south real fast. Back in 2013 in Kingsport, Tennessee, Susan Hudson thought she was being funny when she called her sister on April 1st and declared, "I shot my husband. I'm cleaning up the mess. Let's go bury him in Blackwater." Unfortunately, the sister was like, okay, be right over, hung up and called 911 and reported her for being a murderer.
Yeah, murder probably isn't the best April Fool's Day prank.
Yes, they did not file charges, but they did respond to the home, and her husband answered the door. So they're like, something went sideways here. All right, in 2013, an unexpected surprise in Colorado went sideways when an 18-year-old track star in high school decided to surprise her friend by sneaking into his home and hiding in a closet and jumping out at him. The friend definitely was hearing some strange sounds coming out of the closet while he was playing video games. So he thought, there's an intruder in my house. Grabbed his gun, walks back toward the closet. She jumps out to scare him. Surprise!
Oh, boy.
He shot her dead. All right, in 2015, this will be my last example, all right? In Philadelphia, an employee at a meat rendering plant named Danny Vasquez thought it would be funny to pull out a chair as coworker Peter Utem tried to sit down. Of course, Utem fell on the ground. The next day, Utem, who had obviously stewed upon this indignity all night long, stabbed Vasquez to death. You don't know how people are going to respond, and give them a minute to think about it. Their best plan might be murder. Police later found Utem in a shed. He had tried to take his own life after this, and he left a note. He lived, but there was a note with him that said, "See you in hell."
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do them, you gotta stick to friends and family. Do not do coworkers, Goose.
Huh?
Especially when you don't know their mental health status.
I think it's been long enough where I understand levels of physical and mental health status.
I don't think you know the level that somebody would snap.
Thank you, Thick. I don't think he knows either.
I've worked with her a long time, man.
Why are you looking at me and assuming and keep saying her?
Yeah.
I mean, there's no...
I'm just going by the cues here.
There's no reason to think something like that.
I'm feeling sick. I hope I don't have to call off tomorrow. All right.
For Goose's sake.
Do you know what a Rube Goldberg machine is?
I do. Yeah,
Good.
Like a Pee Wee Herman thing from
Yeah,
Pee Wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah, like the second you sit down, it sets off a series of events. Or
oh no, a Rube Goldberg prank.
The second that you open up your laptop,
there are 50 pranks
sets
following.
Out a series of events.
All right. I may seem stable. All right. Those are your 3 things.
Do you tell little kids they can't have presents at Christmas too? Why would you ruin?
If the present was a boxing glove that was going to pop out and punch me in the face, I'd tell them no.
I mean,
I would never cause physical harm to you. That would just be wrong. The look. The silence.
I have wanted to fight little kids before. Oh, when did I say that? It is true.
All right.
I'm not afraid to fight a little kid. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Good. Because you shouldn't be. That's interesting because one of those are planned in the schematics as well. So
Okay, all right, good. All right, that's it, man. Those are your 3 things.
all right. Look, I get it. Everyone's got their recipes. There are a lot of recipes that are regional. There are a lot of recipes that are not even regional. You would just call them local.
Yeah.
Like just in one particular area. And who knows how these things take off. Because you could start at 30,000 feet and look at a culture as a whole. Like, I can tell you for a fact, growing up in a Jewish household, Jews are not known for their cuisine. We have a couple things. Deli corned beef, delicious. You give me a potato latke, delicious. Lox on a bagel,
right.
Delicious. But as a whole, Jewish cuisine isn't the greatest. As opposed to, let's say, Mexican cuisine's pretty good.
Yeah. Italian.
I'm not a huge Italian fan, but a lot of people love it. I would go Asian food. I love Chinese food. That's delicious. But then you break it down to per region or per, the Midwest or the southern food as a whole. Pretty good,
Yes.
But then you get to Alabama. Might be certain parts of Alabama. I don't want possum. I know they eat it down there.
Yeah,
not for me.
I've never had grits in my life.
I've not had grits before, no. But this particular recipe, Roseau, Minnesota, it is called funeral bread, and it's a potluck dish and has become very famous. And I don't know why. I'm still trying to figure it out because it is cinnamon bread. I would assume almost like a monkey bread, like a pull-apart bread.
It tastes like cinnamon roll.
Yeah. Topped with Cheese Whiz and olives. What in God's name are you doing? Green olives at that. First of all, I
hate green olives.
I hate all olives. I don't want any olives.
Okay.
At all.
All right.
But green olives are
the worst of the worst.
Especially horrendous. If you want to go ahead and make yourself some funeral bread, I don't care if it's sweet and salty and you love that combination. No, thank you, Wade. I don't want it.
By the way, Cheese Whiz is disgusting, too.
Now that I'm older, because I grew up on Cheese Whiz. That's how my mom made macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, I know.
Elbow macaroni and mix it with Cheese Whiz. We didn't buy the Kraft box or anything. Right. Didn't do Velveeta shells and cheese. But yeah, anytime you can have a glass jar of cheese sitting on a shelf unrefrigerated for a long period of time, something's wrong with that.
I don't want any cheese that hasn't been refrigerated its entire life.
Same thing with the Velveeta block.
Yeah,
just sitting there on the shelf.
I don't want that either.
Something ain't right. Something ain't right. So,
I'm just imagining this, just cinnamon alone with a thought of cinnamon and Cheese Whiz and olives.
I can't.
Forget the bread. Just think about cinnamon, Cheese Whiz, and olive.
Nope.
That is a disgusting combination.
Yeah. I hate everyone in Roseau, Minnesota right now. I think you're all despicable people. 99.7 The Blitz.
Now, let's see if we can learn you something. Sit up and pay attention.
Yeah, let's learn you some stuff on a Tuesday morning. By the way, I have to thank Terrence, who texted in, said, hey, Goose said it's Wednesday, which I did when I was going to learn you something on a Wednesday morning.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, last break. So, thank you for that, because I would have said Wednesday again. I was really hoping it was Wednesday. It's not. It's Tuesday. Did you know that Teddy Roosevelt and Ernest Hemingway used to wear... Excuse me. Whoa.
Let me give Goose a moment of privacy over here to continue and fix that.
Sidetrack. How stupid of a human being do you have to be to choke on air? What? That's just dumb. How do you choke on air?
It happens.
Did you know Teddy Roosevelt and Ernest Hemingway used to wear Abercrombie and Fitch? The label is actually an outdoors and sporting goods maker for almost 100 years before it began specializing in young adult fashion in the early 1990s.
Really?
Yeah, they were around forever.
How did I never hear that? Ever?
I I don't even remember that being mentioned in the documentary, because remember they had the documentary about the owner and how all those young models and all the crazy stuff that happened behind the scenes.
Yeah, I didn't see it,
but
I know the story.
Yeah, I don't even remember that being mentioned. Did you know that an 18th century land speculator named Richard Henderson bought a large swath of land in modern-day Kentucky and Tennessee in an attempt to create his own colony he called Transylvania? The transaction was later voided, so unfortunately we do not have a Transylvania here in the United States. Did you know that if you took every different combination of a Rubik's Cube possible and physically laid them out, all right? So you make a Rubik's Cube combination, you put it on the ground. You take another Rubik's Cube, you make a different combination and
so
put
it's
it
laid
down.
out by cubes.
Correct.
Okay.
And if you made every possible combination and laid it out, you'd be able to cover the entire Earth's surface 275 times over. There are 43 quintillion variations of a Rubik's Cube.
Take that, Powerball.
Right? Well, that's like the deck of cards analogy. If you take a regular deck of 52 cards and made every possible combination, you would be able. The math was
you're talking. So you're talking about just 2 of diamonds, 9 of hearts, queen of
correct.
spades.
Yes,
all the 52.
Yep.
Cards per combination.
Yep, and if you did every combination, it would reach from like here to the moon. Like it's some astronomical, incomprehensible number. Yeah. Did you know that Iran does have fast food chains? However, they've got one named Mashdonald's, and they've got another one named Pizza Hut.
Wait a minute, are these knockoffs? Is that why?
Well, here's the thing. McDonald's and Pizza Hut aren't allowed in the country.
Okay.
So they have Mashdonald's and Pizza Hut. Now, are they direct? I want to see if they're direct. They are knockoffs.
They are.
Yes. So they are not like officially owned by McDonald's. We'll just call it Mashdonald's.
So they're serving a Bug Mac.
It's something along those lines. Yeah. They're complete knockoffs. And finally, did you know African bull elephants have the largest relative manhood size to any other land animal in terms of what they got versus how big they are? And they've got the largest, which can grow up to 6.5 feet long. What?
And so you're saying they're not proportionate. They're way bigger than what should be.
Correct.
Okay.
And the biggest compared to any other land mammal in terms of proportion. That's me in 3 inches.
What?
That's me plus another 3 inches.
Oh, your height.
Not me if I had a 3-inch whacker. What are you talking
I know.
about,
I thought
man?
you were gonna. No. I thought you meant 3 inches on top of that. In addition, you said. I thought you said that's me and 3 inches.
Oh yeah, no, I don't.
I thought you were trying to brag somehow.
I do not have a 6.5 foot hammer. No. That's taller than me.
I understand. You got to wrap it around your leg.
Nora, bring the wheelbarrow. We got to head out.
Regulators.
Just right over the shoulder every time you got to leave.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Anyways, there you go. Learning some stuff on a Tuesday morning. 997 The Blitz.